Hey, welcome back. We're back in our Whitepaw colony, and last time we got our nice automated cabbages set up, but we're having a bit of an issue getting some of these things set up on the power network. As you can see, they're working their way through these, but I've mentioned a couple times that I want to set up basically service tunnels for these, so we're going to work a little bit on that this time. I'd also like to get a couple more power wheels in, as always. Hopefully get the power shaft out here so that we can start putting our stuff in down here that we need powered. And then we've got plenty of the giant logs, but we don't have anything to cut the logs with. So we're going to see if we can get that in as well and get it connected up. And we're going to start with those tunnels. So what I want to do is we're going to come down here. And right here is the first place we're going to put it in. And we need to go down probably 2 so that we have deep enough room. And then we'll start going over. So if we go there, that should go 1 underneath here. Do I need 2 or do I need 1? I might just need 1, actually. Let's start with that. And hopefully they'll get that in there. Then we need to make sure that we've got all the stuff that we need for dynamite coming in. We've got our bad water. Definitely have a decent amount of that, but a backup tank couldn't hurt, just so we know that we have enough. And it's not like we don't have enough room here, so let's go ahead and just put that in there. We'll set that to the bad water going out. There we go. And then we'll come over here to where the dynamite is being made. We've got this one set for dynamite. It's fairly full, but we're going to need paper and sawdust as well. What about this one? It's making pencils, but I think we're good there, so we can probably switch it to back up the dynamite for now. So we'll get started on that. And let's check our paper factory. How are you doing? You're full. We've got plenty, well, not plenty, but quite a few of the planks to go through. And there's room for the sawdust as well. So I think we ought to be good there. We just need them to get that in there. And then we can start drawing stuff underneath. While we're waiting for those to go in, let's take a quick look. One, I want to move our grapes down just a little bit. We have a larger storehouse that we could... Not really. We don't have much in the way of storage there. So we're just going to set those for grapes going out. Let's go ahead, get rid of that. And then I want to move a couple of things around as well. So let's see. Can I get maybe another one of these in there? Well, maybe if it'll let me choose that. It does not want to let me do the pipette tool for that one. So we'll just put back in. We need the... Let me find it here. There it is. Advanced buildings. That's what we want. I'm going to see... You're the one that plants the bananas. So we should be able to put them fairly far over. Let's put you... I would like to save that road right there if we can. Do I... Well, you know what? We have a couple of dirt blocks that we could make, and it's not like we're not getting enough dirt to do this. We go here, and then we grab those advanced buildings. We put you in here, like so. There we go. Can I... Yeah, we can come right down through there. There we go. That should do just fine. Here, I want to move you maybe to the center here. There we go. That has plenty of range on all of that. So we can start getting those in there. And we can even do some storage. We'll just use these for now. Storage for bananas. Go out from. There we go. A little bit of extra banana there for us. While we were checking out the banana farms over there, they got our dynamite in. So let's go ahead. We'll take that out. We are going to need, if I go down to this level, you know what? That should be fine for a access tunnel, because we're going to put it directly under this here. Let's see if we can just grab the tunnel. Now, can we draw them in here? Yeah, there we go. Put you guys in here. All the way through here. All the way through here. Get those in there. Get the dynamite in here. There we go. That can go under there and under there. And then we should have access tunnels there. Just need a single dynamite there so that we can get to those. And while we're waiting, we'll go ahead and put the next one on there as well. And this one here so they can get those in. Go ahead and prepare this next area for the next set of water wheels. Let's see what we can get in here. If we're able to grab, there we go. There's some dynamite. I think we're going to need to take off maybe this here. So we want to find a place where we can put in a couple more. Maybe one. I want to put one here maybe. Feel like we probably should, which means I don't need that as much as I need this. And then we take this here. And yeah, we're going to need to take out at least a couple of those. This can go here. We'll put that there for good measure, because why not? And then its opposite one will be... Let's see, we'll need it to be here. So let's get the deeper one, and let's see what we need to explode on this side. That should be good there, but they will need to take out at least one more of these. So we'll take that out as well, and then we'll start getting that all connected in. We'll add the tunnels once we've got it built. I've noticed that my logs are starting to go down, and if we look at my logging areas, this one here and this one here, we can see more and more trees are the smaller, just planted trees. So maybe it's time to get a third logging area. We can come over here and put that in though real quick. Let's grab village jobs, and we'll put in a forester here. We need, there's our forester. How far over do I want this to go? Maybe something like that, so it reaches a good portion. And then what side do I need to put this on so that I can toss a tower on top if I want to? This, that's forester. So it needs to be to the right as I'm looking at it. So as I'm looking at it, it needs to be to the right. Let's go ahead and put in, can I get a lumberjack bar in there? There we go. And then we'll do, you know what? We'll do a builder's tower because we don't really have one yet. For 100 science points, you betcha that'll work out. We'll go ahead, we'll get our system of ladders in there. That should be fine. That can connect in. And then that builder's tower will just be whenever we happen to need it. So go ahead, we'll drop our Everblossom here. And they can plant that whenever they can get to it. Noticing our scrap metal has gotten really low. And even though they're still picking it up from the other area, I want to go ahead and get a couple more in over here. Simply because we've got enough beavers, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal if we decide that we want to pick the metal up from at least 2 places. There we go. So we're just going to put a whole bunch of gatherers here. There we go. And then they can start gathering all of that as well. I was looking at our college here, and the stuff that it needs for science is actually not too bad. The grapes we're working on growing, But we do need the lotus flower tea and the spicy sodas, which are both made at the Tea Lodge and Terrace. We have one. We could switch it back and forth, but that's kind of a pain. So I wanted to see if maybe we could find a way to make some more of these. First of all, can we put them on top of each other? No, maybe not. Let's see if we can toss some platforms in there. If I were to do that and then this, can we make another terrace on top of this? Well, maybe. Food. Where's our Tea Lodge and Terrace? There we go. Let me make one there. Nope, can't build directly over the top of that, which is a little disappointing. But that's okay. We can find a different location for those. Take all that out of there so they don't accidentally build any of it. There we go. There's a couple of places around here we could look into putting them. For example, we could try on top of this. Maybe spruce up the downtown a little bit with a couple more tea lodges. Let's see. If I wanted to put one over these, perhaps? Let's see how that would look. If we were to, I don't think I can put one there, as it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't like that location. What about this location? There's plenty across here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the fifth one could be there. So if we put these up here, like so, and then grab our copy of the Tea Lodge, can we just put that on top here? Yeah, we sure can. We can do one. Put one there for some reason. It really doesn't want me to put one there for some reason. But I can put one here. We'll just put one here. There we go. And let's get them a ladder so they can get up there to build it. Because they're definitely going to need at least some way to get up there. I don't want to block off any entrance points. So this looks good. That'll give them access there. And then to get up there, let's do that, and that's why I couldn't do it. Let's get rid of that real quick. Well, it's a bramble. Nothing ever goes quick with that. We'll put another one next to it, and then we'll get these tea lodges set up. Can I not go in the side here? I can't go in the side here. Well, let's take you out of there, and we'll take you out of there. And then what we'll do is we'll just come in from this side on both. There we go. You can go this way over to here. You can go this way over to here. And then we'll put some storage up there for whatever they happen to need. Our first service tunnel is mostly in. We've got a whole bunch of different things connected in. We've even got the power shaft out the side of the mountain finally. So it looks like we just have a couple of items left over here. Let's take that out. And are there... Let's remove these because we no longer need those. Go back down to the bottom here. That I still need, but these I don't. And we can do our power down here as well. Here we go. Power shaft. We'll get that turn in there. Where did those items go? Nobody knows. Actually, this needs to be universal. Let's do universal. Our verticals up. And then we'll get the downward one in here to connect those in. Here we've got one of the wheels in. And we're just waiting for a couple of the other things to go. But it should be almost done. Now that the power shafts are connected there, is the last thing I need here a couple of these? Kind of looks that way. So we'll get those in, and then hopefully our cabbage farm over there should come online. Starting to notice we're having some issues keeping up with planks. when we had that whole field of workers that was just hand making planks, it was less of an issue, but now that that's gone, I feel like we could probably use another one of these, and we'll have to figure out a way to get up there. What I think I'm going to do is, do I have planks? I know I have at least some planks being made. Okay, so we'll just do ladders straight up. Let's say those are the most important. We'll get this at fairly high importance, and we'll grab another one of these for more of our saw blades. There we go. Saw blades coming in. We'll get that right there. They don't have to worry about that. And then we just need a way to power it, which, is this a universal? Hey, I left myself a universal. All right. Good job, past Eld. And then we just need a universal there. Now the question is, how do we get up and over that? So we're just going to take one of you. We're going to come up over here. That'll let them get up there. That will probably be removed after this is built, but I'm not sure how that got built, but I'm not going to ask. As long as they can get up and get over this, that should connect those back in there, and then we just have to have them make us some more sawdust and planks. Our clockwork farm is finally up and running. It should be bringing us in plenty of cabbages now. We're going to prioritize that by the hauler because it looks like they've already got 50 cabbages in there. And we'll work on the automatic farms around here when we get to that. But I want to do some other major scale industrial here as well. So this place over here, I think if we take it down about a level in this area, we should, let's check and make sure. So here's the power level. So if it comes out here on this level, we can connect something in there. So let's go ahead and we'll just put a large amount of dynamite all across here, level it out, and we'll see if we can put maybe the giant log splitter over here. Not to mention, I'd like to get one other advanced building, the Firefly Grooming Station. There we go. I want to get a couple of these in as well, because we're going to need that glowing liquid. It becomes more useful as you go on here. So we're going to do, let's try for 2 of them. And of course, that one's just off. I could put dirt there, but I think just one of those should be fine. And we'll put maybe some storage up here. Let's get one of the medium tanks. We'll do the glowing liquid here going out. And eventually, if we get the cold underground storage, we can store the materials for these as well. That should be coming in by balloon. They got that dynamite field in pretty quick, so I'm going to go ahead and take that out of there. Let's go ahead and there we go. All cleared there. And then we'll find out. There's the advanced buildings. Let's grab, not the clockwork kitchen, not that. We want the advanced sawmill, which is going to take a huge amount of horsepower, but I think we'll have it to spare. Now, where do these connect in? Guessing on the back somewhere? Yep, there's actually 3 locations. So, I put it here. There we go. We could do power. Let's do a universal from here, and then we'll do not an upward, but a downward right into the back here. And then the road can actually just go this way. There's not too much need for any of these other roads in here. There we go. And then as for the actual connection, we'll want tunnels that go through here. Oops, straight down to here. And then we'll have to connect this is at 102.48.4. So this has to come down to 102.48.3. Yep, just in the right spot there. Now we just need to go over, and we might even... Oh, it was changing seasons there. There we go. Don't need those extras. There we go. That can come out this way. And then we'll do... You know what we'll do? We'll do a dynamite right back here. We can have a service access road back here. That'll let us get down to that tunnel, hopefully. And we can start putting in the tunnel there. I'm going to grab some more of these log gnawing stations. We had a whole bunch set up at one time, and I think we're going to set up just a couple more. We've got plenty of beavers, but what we don't have is sawdust. So let's go ahead and set these up for some sawdust. What are these? Oh, these are logs. How's the log supply? Our log supply is really low, so it's a good thing we set up this extra forest here. Most of these are about halfway grown, so hopefully these will kick in and we'll get some extra logs out of this in a minute. Our advanced sawmill finally got in. We've got 2 of the firefly grooming stations, and our balloon over here is bringing in some more frozen human meat. I did have to switch one of the libraries back to the library books because I forgot that I had turned those off, so hopefully that stays caught up. In fact, if we need more books, we can change another one of the 3 libraries over to books. That way, we should still be good with science as long as we're making it in our college here. I think next time we'll see if we can find a new place for grapes. It looks like we're a little low on all of that. We'll finish connecting in the sawmill so that we can get our half logs. And I would like to take a look and see if we can start looking into getting some of these underground ruins set up for exploration. But until then, just want to say thank you very much for stopping by and hope to see you next time. Bye!